We love Yeezy, but we really wish he didn't say some of the stuff he's been saying lately. Clearly, we're not the only ones, given how many brands have started dropping the legendary rapper because of his continuous stream of controversies. Today, we're going to take a look at what's going on with Kanye's brand and business partnerships and how his remarks have affected his marketability. Let's get started. First of all, Kanye's deal with Def Jam was just dropped. In the first of many canceled partnerships, Kanye and his label's lucrative partnership with Def Jam has come to an end, to the dismay of Ye fans across the world. This shocking announcement comes straight from the pages of the New York Times, according to which the long-term deal Kanye had with the record company over several albums came to an end after the release of his Donda album last year. The rapper released the sequel album, Donda 2, solo, without any interaction with the label whatsoever. It's unknown what the exact reason for this split was, and honestly, anyone's guess is as good as ours in terms of which massive controversy convinced the record company to part ways with the rapper. Neither party has said anything about what went down, and they probably never will. Next, the statements that got Kanye in trouble. What exactly is it that Dear West did? A better question would be, what didn't he do? Well, we're going to break down a bit of it for you right here and now. Fair warning, this is going to be a long one. One bombshell Kanye dropped was the fact that he apparently doesn't believe that anti-Semitism exists, saying that it isn't factual. This comes in the wake of an anti-Semitic Twitter rant, which he said couldn't be racist because, according to Ye, all people of color are also Jews. Then in an interview with News Nation, Kanye was confronted with the question of anti-Semitism, to which he simply said that you really can't be racist against Jews because they're in all the positions of power, although he has changed his words recently. Yeah, we can see how that would annoy people. And to the fact that Kanye wore a White Lives Matter shirt, enraged George Floyd's still grieving family, and also managed to get a dig in at Pete Davidson by calling him a heroin addict on a podcast, Kanye, you're really not making any new friends like this. Coming up, the anti-Semitic crowd pulls up in support of the rapper. Now, we want you to think about what the sane reaction would be to hearing your favorite rapper say something controversial. Your answer is probably something along the lines of letting it go because it's not that important and climate change is going to get us all anyway. Some people, however, decided it meant coming out as borderline Nazis on a public freeway. Basically, the story is that a bunch of anti-Semitic protesters started causing a scene on an LA overpass over a freeway. The demonstrators were holding signs and banners, many of which contained not just extremely anti-Semitic remarks, but also the names of YouTube channels that contain highly racist and anti-Semitic content. As if that wasn't enough, the people in the photos are even flashing the Nazi salute. Officials throughout Los Angeles condemned the demonstration, with the mayor of the city promising to eliminate any form of anti-Semitism or racism that could harm people in his city. These events certainly didn't paint Kanye in a pretty light, and people were definitely not happy about it. Following that, fashion magazine Vogue just dropped Kanye hard. Right now, Kanye is the PR equivalent of a building on fire, and companies are scrambling to get as far away from him as they possibly can. One of the latest brand names to drop the biggest brand name in rap is Vogue, who has flat out stated they no longer associate with Kanye West in any way, shape, or form. This news comes straight from the mouth of a Vogue spokesperson who stated, according to page 6, that dislike went straight to the top, with editor-in-chief Anna Wintour flat out refusing to work with the artist again. If you know anything about the fashion or rap world, you know that's a huge deal. Wintour and Kanye were pretty close, with their association dating back to when Wintour invited West to the Met Gala in 2009 and even featured him and his ex-wife on the cover back in 2014. According to an insider who spoke to page 6, Wintour no longer considers Ye as part of the inner circle. What that boils down to is no more magazine covers and most definitely no invites to the Met Gala next year. Next up, Johnny Depp's lawyer refuses to work with Ye. Honestly, you'd think most lawyers would see working with one of the biggest music stars in the world as a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but in real life, it's pretty sad then to see how many lawyers are refusing to touch Yeezy with a 10-foot pole. We're talking about the recent news of Camila Vasquez, who represented Johnny Depp in his famous recent defamation case against Amber Heard, cutting ties with the rapper due to his refusal to retract his previous anti-Semitic statements. This news comes just 1 week after Vasquez and her firm were hired to represent Kanye in legal matters. The fact that Vasquez doesn't want to be seen associating with Kanye is pretty worrying about the rapper's reputation. Vasquez's recent trial while representing Depp was not only highly televised, but it was also highly controversial, becoming perhaps one of the most scrutinized trials in recent history. Vasquez stuck with her job throughout that controversial period, so the fact that she no longer wants to work with Ye shows just how unmarketable he's starting to become. Now for Kim Kardashian breaking her silence amidst the controversy. We know you've probably been wondering the exact same question as us. Where on earth has Kim K been for this entire controversy? Well, Clubhouse singer Boy George was clearly asking himself the same same question, given that he went to social media to very publicly call out Kim for not saying a peep for so long. The criticism came in the form of a highly emotional Instagram video where the singer spoke up against the lack of celebrities talking about what Kanye has been saying, especially singling out Kim for not using her huge social media platform to mitigate the damage her ex-husband has been causing. George mentioned being appalled at the fact that Kim had said nothing yet, given she had children and knew how badly Kanye's words would affect young Jewish children. Well, if Boy George wanted to use his platform to shake Kim out of her nap, then Boy George really succeeded. The fashion icon and social media savant took to Instagram to post a story condemning any and all kinds of anti-Semitism, calling it a form of hate speech. This is big considering how far Kim's Instagram reach is, and is probably going to be another sharp hit to Kanye's image in the eyes of the wider world. Up next, Kanye admits to his anti-Semitic remarks. We're sure that Kanye's a nice guy, he just has a hard time saying what he really means to say sometimes, and doubles down on some really dumb stuff. Thankfully, this is one controversy where he decided to ease up on the doubling down, apologizing for the things he said in a clip of his upcoming interview with Piers Morgan. The clip comes courtesy of Morgan himself, who posted it on his Twitter ahead of the interview's release, and it really doesn't start pretty. Kanye initially refuses to apologize for his words, saying that he was fully aware that what he was saying was racist, but that it was necessary for him to say it in order to fight fire with fire. At the end of the interview, however, Ye did retract one major statement where he said he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, stating that he knew it had caused people hurt and confusion and that he was apologetic for that. He especially apologized for any potential hurt he caused to any families, something that probably meant a lot to him given the difficult time he's had with his own family. Lastly, Kanye gets some time with his daughter. With all the controversy surrounding his life right now, we're sure Kanye really could use a break, and we're glad he got one in the form of some alone time with his daughter North. The rapper was seen with his daughter at one of her basketball games, which he had come to attend in order to show support. The two were pictured talking and relaxing in the middle of the game, spending some real quality father and daughter time together. Well, folks, that's all the latest news we have on what's going on in Kanye's life. What do you think about the stuff he's been saying? Are people justified, or should we all relax a little? Do you think this is the end of Kanye's career? If you enjoyed our content, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. See you guys next time.